forward for a fast break. As I come in, my first goal with Coach Tamburino is to punch my right hand into his stick head when doing this move. As he approaches the ball, I'm going to punch my fist into his stick. As you guys can see, my fist is now in his stick.
Now keep in mind also that that is completely legal to punch that right hand. Now where it becomes illegal is if I take my hand actually off the pole of the stick. So you're allowed to create that punch into your opponent's stick, whether on a jam or wherever else, whether it's a clamp, but you just can't extend your hand and you can't take your hand off that stick. So, yes sir?
Can you use your fingers?
You cannot use your fingers. Do I use my fingers? No, I do not. No.
When I've done that, I'm going to pull up with my back hand so I've pinched the ball in my stick. From here, I'm going to pull the ball down the line and out. Okay? If Coach Tamburino were to step, and this is why this move is so effective, and I have the ball pinched, as you can see, Coach Tamburino has done his defensive move of stepping. But my pinch allows me to pull the ball around his foot and forward for an offensive fast break. Now, one important thing when doing the pinch and pop is very important to place the ball in an easily accessible situation. We don't want to see guys throwing the ball out downfield too far. We don't want to see guys throwing the ball out over here. When I pinch, it's here and it's here to yourself, or right in front of you, where you can easily get it.
Just a general rule when coaching your guys, whenever you're pulling the ball out, whether it's forward or behind or for a fast break, if it's to themselves, they shouldn't take more than one step and have the ball there. I see so many high school kids that are good face-off guys, and they sweep the ball out and they pinch the ball and it goes down 50 yards and two guys are chasing after it. If that ball's not within a step of you, they're not doing what they should be doing. They should be able to literally pull behind, take one step, extend their arm, and you should be there. Vice versa going forward. And this is what I was saying earlier is ball control. The things I've learned is that moves are important, but learning where to place that ball is even more important. And the reason is when kids get to college and they go to the next level, that the wing guys are so good that even if you get the initial move and you execute a great clamp, that putting that ball in a position where you can get it is just as important. Because there's so many guys out there that win the initial draw, and then there's wing guys that come in and take it. So really, really work with your guys on that.
Down the line and throwing the ball out to the side creates a 50-50 situation, which is something we don't want.
Questions so far?
Do you ever read the wing guys to help you decide where you want to put the ball?
Yeah, let me just say something real quick about wing play. In college, I roughly won 1,000 face-offs and had 500 ground balls. So 50% of the time, somebody else is picking up the ball for me. Having good wing guys is the key to having good face-off percentage. There's no doubt about it. And coaching those guys the correct way, it has a lot to do with that as well. There's no question that as a coach, you really need to involve your wing guys in practice. You really need to do, face-off to possession, do live face-offs to possession. Wing guys are key. Wing guys are absolutely key. As a face-off guy, I know they're going to come up with half of my wins. Now, obviously, there's going to be some of those where I clamp and I put it right in their stick, or I, put it in a situation where they can pick it up like that. But still, you're depending on somebody else 50% of the time to pick up the ball for you, maybe more.
So what do you tell your wingmen to do?
Okay, good question. Obviously, you want to tell your wingmen, if I'm going against a face-off guy where I know it's going to be a 50-50 situation, I want to tell my guys to block out, and I want to have one guy play defensively and one guy kind of play backwards. That way I have an option to get the ball to him, and I know if he fast breaks me, I have a guy that can get into the box. Obviously, it changes as the percentage of the face-off guy goes up. If my percentage goes up, I want to put my wingmen in a situation where they now have to decide what they're going to do. If I'm winning 75% of the face-offs and I'm going forward, I want to put both my guys back. Now they need to make a decision. Are they going to cover a guy that I can put the ball to? Or are they going to cover a fast break? So the answer to your question is, it really depends on how well your face-off guy is going to do. If your face-off guy's a 50-50 guy, he's going to be battling it out with him. You should be hip-to-hip. You should have one guy go defensive just in case he gets a fast break. And you should tell your wingman that, it's hip-to-hip, have the butt end of their stick right in their gut as they're running in. Make sure that they're getting position. And when you're down in a scrum, you want your wing guys opposite each other. So you want one wing guy in front, one wing guy in back. And the reason for that is if the ball, if you have both guys to offensive and the ball squirts out defensively, they get an offensive fast break for that. So it's better to have your guys rounding on the outside of the scrum. And like I said, as the percentage goes up, as the face-off guy gets better, you need to change what you're doing on the wings to make the other team figure out what they're going to do to cover you. Questions on that? Any other questions on that? Coach?
How do you pull the ball back to your guy on your right side, not your left side?
Good question. Basically, if I'm getting the clamp, and what coach is asking is how do you, as a face-off guy, pull the ball to the guy on the right as opposed to the left? Because most guys, what they'll do is they'll draw the ball behind to their left wing guy. One of the things you can do is put both guys behind, and instead of when I have the clamp, pulling the ball, stepping with this right foot and pulling with the ball, I step with this right foot and I open up my left foot. So I'm just basically taking a step back with my left foot, and instead of creating this angle here, I'm opening up this angle here. So basically all I'm really doing is I'm dropping back with my left foot with the clamp and throwing the ball in the opposite angle. What are the advantages of that? Obviously, you know that's what you asked. The advantages of that are, for those of you who don't know, is that normally what will happen is that if I'm having success and I'm pulling the ball behind, or I can go forward, what will happen is I can drop this guy back, opposing team will cover him, and then they'll send a guy up the line to cover if I have a fast break. Well, the advantage is that if you can pull both guys back and still get the fast break, now they're in a position where they have to concede the face-off on the right-hand side, or if they cover that guy, they're leaving a fast break open. So that's the advantage of that. If you're having a lot of success at the face-off, it's an important thing to know how to do. Other questions? Any other questions? We're having some technical difficulties here. We're going to wrap it up with question and answers anyways, so if anybody has anything. Yes, sir.
Do you have any kind of drills you can do, individually prepare?
As far as drills,
Yeah.
absolutely. As far as drills, it's important to do ball hops, which is when you put a ball down, you're going to take your stick and hop back and forth over the ball for hand speed. The best drill you can do is go live, and I tell a lot of people this. I took almost 200 live face-offs of practice at Delaware against another opponent going full speed. And I was actually talking about this to Frank Kelly a couple days ago, who was a great face-off guy in the 80s. And what we were both saying is no matter how much running you do, no matter how much lifting you do, to go 200 live times head-to-head against somebody, you'll never, doesn't matter how much you run or lift, you're going to work muscles out that you normally wouldn't work out facing off against somebody live like that over and over and over again. I got a game coming up in a couple weeks against Duke and Army with Team USA, and I'm finding somebody, probably be that guy right there, to face off against the next couple weeks. Because, even though I'm in shape, to go 200 live times against a guy, you're going to realize that you're not in what I like to call face-off shape. So it's important. The best practice that somebody can get is to go live. Another good thing is when you get down, have that guy just go and work on countering him. Don't even bring a whistle. If you have an opponent and you're trying to get quicker, go when you want, and then work on countering him. And as you see his stick move, reacting to his stick move. A lot of guys, we have a whistle recording on our website of just down, set, whistle. Practice going on the whistle, obviously, your timing. That's important as well. But the best practice that somebody can get is going live. I can't say that enough. Other questions?
What was it?
Before a game, when would you warm up? Like when would you do your warm-ups prior to a game? Would you do the ball hops and then go live, or